The following program is a Town of Colonie television production of the William K. Sanford Town Library.
It's a great day in the Capital Region, and I'm Gina Mintzer, the Director of Sales of the Albany County Convention and Visitors Bureau. And I'm here today with Shannon Licygiewicz, the Director of Sales of the Albany Capital Center, a portion of the SMG group that's here representing both the Times Union Center and the Albany Capital Center here in Albany. And we're going to talk about the new Capital Center, as well as how each and every one of our neighbors has a stake in the future and the successful future of not only this building, but in the meeting and convention business throughout the region. So Albany is an amazing discovery, and we're celebrating 40 years of the Albany County Convention and Visitors Bureau servicing the meeting, convention, and tourism industry. And it serves each and every one of us in our region, and we're going to talk more about that today. But here we're going to talk about the community opportunities as well as the Albany Capital Center complex and what's in it for you as a resident and a business person here in the region. So why Albany? Why do people come to Albany for their meetings? Well, our local business community is a huge factor in the meetings and convention business that we currently have. And we're recognized as a meeting and convention destination because we have great facilities and venues. We have a phenomenal neighboring partnership, everybody from our airport to our train station, our restaurants, our accommodations, as well as our retail and attractions. Growth and visibility. People come here because they can grow their meeting and convention while they're here in town because of the complimentary services that are provided for them, as well as access to government, higher education, and the strength of our business community. We have a great hotel and venue package, as you're going to hear with our Albany Capital Center, but also currently with the Empire State Plaza Convention Center, as well as the neighborhoods of hotels and restaurants that we have around the Wolf Road area, within the university area, in the downtown area, as well as the North County in the Latham area. And among all of these neighborhoods, we have proven venues for success, from the Times Union Center as a sports facility to the University at Albany as a sports facility, as well as a meeting and convention destination, and throughout the county. Many people come here for their meeting and convention business because of our convenient location. When you look at the crossroads of I-87 and I-90, we're definitely the crossroads of the Northeast. And when we look at the population within the Northeast of, millions of people that have access to Albany within a 5-hour drive, we are a tremendous destination within the Northeast to have meeting and convention business. Along the lines of that convenient location, as many of you know, there are 12 trains daily in and out of New York City that come here to our Albany Rensselaer rail station. In addition, 5 megabus stops happen in and out of New York daily as well. And I mentioned that easy access on the road network. Again, 5 hours away, you can be in Buffalo. 5.5 hours, Niagara Falls. Less than 5 hours to Trenton, New Jersey. So again, it's easy driving access here, or by air or rail, as we mentioned. So with that, we have here, Shannon is going to talk about the Albany Capital Center and all of the great things that are happening with this new venue.
Thanks, Gina, and I want to thank you for allowing me to be your guest today. I have lots of really great updates to share and a great review that we're going to go through for the Capital Center. Again, I'd just like to talk about how we're connected to the other facilities in the area and really what brings what we're calling the Capitol Complex together. So that includes the Times Union Union Center, as you mentioned before, the Empire State Plaza Convention Center, and the Egg Performing Arts Center. With all of us together, with the Capitol Center nestled right in the middle of it all, it actually allows us to have 160,000 square feet of flexible meeting space, which is fantastic, especially for this area, and allows people to take a look at Albany in a different way because we're adding some great event space to the mix for them. So we're really, really glad to partner in the mix with the Capitol Complex and promote that along with our facility. A couple of quick things that I want to highlight about that Capitol Complex. In addition to our build, the Empire State Plaza is going through renovations and upgrading their spaces, as well as the Times Union Center going through the same process. So everyone's kind of getting a little facelift or a little polish, like I like to say, to get ready for that opening for us, which is March 22nd of 2017. So our complex as a whole is really going to be a really exciting and fun package for visitors and attendees to see when they arrive. Another great feature that I want to point out is not only are we partnered as a complex, but we have a great walkway that's going to take you from point A to point B. So this walkway, in addition to the other buildings, is also getting a $12 million renovation, which is fantastic, and it's going to be safe and secure. It's going to have radiant heat in the winter so that you don't have to bundle up in your coats when it's hopefully not snowing too bad out. And it's also going to have air passing through it in the summer months, so it will stay cool. So it's really going to give great connectivity between the locations. So if and when we have an event that takes place that will use, let's say, the Times Union Center for a large general session, the Capitol Center maybe for some breakouts and more meeting space, and then the Performing Arts Center and the Empire State Plaza for possibly their trade show portion or some food and beverage components. There's lots of different flexibility between the three locations, and that connection is really going to be able to allow people to come back and forth very, very easily. Again, as I mentioned, the building will be opening on March 22nd, 2017. We actually have our first event booked for that date. It's the New York State Council for Social Studies. It's a New York State association that we're very, very excited to be partnering with for our first event. They're really embracing the fact that they're going to be that first convention in our space, and it's already been a really special partnership, and we very much look forward to rolling out that red carpet for them. In addition to that, the whole process that I've been through being on board for the last year and a half has really kind of come full circle, starting where we were talking earlier where, dirt was still being pushed around, and we were selling sort of this concept of this convention center coming, to see the building grow and to be at the stage it is now where it's really taking its place along the skyline. It's going to be fully enclosed, all the windows, all of the doors, everything's going to be put in by mid-November. It's a really, really exciting time for us to kind of be celebrating these milestones. This past July, we had our topping off ceremony where the last steel beam was put in place in the back of the building. Potential clients and current clients got to have the opportunity to sign the beam, and we all got to be part of that process. It was a very exciting day, and then fast forward a few months later to today, you can't even see that beam up in the sky anymore because it's been closed in with everything that they're doing. So construction is moving ahead full blast, and the Mother Nature has definitely been doing her job and her part in helping us with a very mild summer without a lot of rain, and actually a very good start to the fall time.
Yes.
Temperatures even being in the 80s a couple of days ago. I can't believe it. So construction is going great. We are on time and on budget, which is a great thing to say, and a great message that we like to spread. Within the convention center, I want to highlight a couple of really cool things that meeting planners really have liked, and really have kind of gotten excited about through this process. A few of which are, we're going to have the fastest free complimentary Wi-Fi throughout the building, and it's fantastic, and that's actually going to be available not only in the pre-function space but also in the meeting space as well. So it's really going to allow attendees to come in our building, stay connected, not have to worry about only using one item or getting a code or any of that sort of stuff. It's going to be a really fast, easy, good connection for them. The technology in general for this building is going to be great. We'll have a 20 by 40 digital screen on the outside that will be able to be branded and welcome conventions and sporting events. And,
signage is key.
All of these different groups that are going to come in will be able to utilize that as part of an extra branding package. advantage. And for a convention center, in the convention center world, that's actually a very unique piece. You don't find that a lot in some of our sister facilities or some of our older buildings, and that's what's going to make our build really unique, because it's really keeping that future of technology in mind. Some other things I want to highlight, the fact that we're really, when they went to design this building, they designed it for the future of events in mind. So with that being said, what I mean by that is we looked at where the future of events are going. You know, what's the trends? What's the upcoming things that people are going to go for their events? And some of those things are really a concentration on networking spaces, not so much people being in the, you know, the time frame of the blueprint of the general session, you know, a 9 to 5 window, you have lunch, you have a couple breaks, and you go right back in that room. Yeah. They're allowing for more time for people to make that personal connection and know that people traveling and making the investment in that conference, that's an important piece for them. And that's something that guests and attendees have been speaking up about, you know, for the last few years. So with that being said, both of the pre-function spaces in the convention center are very large. They have soft seating. They also have charging stations for your cell phones, permanent charging stations built in. We're also going to have sort of sidebars along the windows in certain key areas where you can put your laptop up. You can do work in that area so that you can stay on track while you're at your meeting. And we've really kind of developed some really unique things that I think will set us apart from competition. And, you know, some other trends and some cool other things about the convention center. You know, the future of LED lighting has come in crazy ways, and the stuff that's going to be highlighted in the convention center is going to be really special. LED lighting is going to be throughout. There's two things in particular I want to highlight. One is the second level of our convention center, which is 22,500 square feet. We can do about 3,000 theater style up there and 1,600 banquet style, which is a fantastic capacity to have. In the actual event space, it is column free, so there's no obstruction, nothing to work around when you're working a presentation. You have the whole floor to use. And the best part about the second level is that it's going to have a color changing ceiling. So hundreds and thousands of LED lights in the ceiling. That's going to make it look like sort of a starlit ceiling. And within those lights, you're going to be able to choose between 16,000 different colors. And it's a crazy big number that some of us have been joking, is that all? But I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to you know, go through that first process of we're going to be able to change colors. And because the building has such great windows, you're actually going to be able to see that color branding from the outside. Another feature that I want to point out is in the front of the building. When you first walk in the entrance on your left-hand side, we actually will have a sort of a grand glass staircase right in this area right here. And in that staircase as well will also be that light branding option. So in addition to the second level, you know, let's say we had a Sienna banquet or an Albany Devils banquet or anything, you know, that is important for that color branding. We're working with the American Red Cross Association for their gala, and they are thrilled that they're going to be able to brand out in that red color. So people are already starting to get excited and come up with some creative ways. I have one trade show that we're working with where they're going to do a silent auction mid-trade show up on the second level, and they're going to change the color of the ceiling to a different color to help attract the awareness to the fact that they're starting that. So people have really started to get creative with what they're able to do. Also, you know, to highlight a couple other things, in addition to that second level space, on the first level we'll have 6 breakout rooms. They're all very large size, especially for our area. We probably are going to have the largest meeting rooms to offer clients when they're come looking at spaces. Each room fits about 200 theater style. They also can fit a little over 100 if you wanted a banquet style. So it offers a lot of flexibilities for clients that are looking for a general session that's about 100, 125. They can actually be in one room and then have multiple larger breakout rooms along with them. In addition to that, what makes this project so special and so unique is if someone comes in and needs more than our 6 breakout rooms, we have 2 great sister facilities to reach out to. You know, the Empire State Plaza has great meeting space in addition to the Egg, which can be used for big general sessions or other speaking sessions, as well as the Times Union Center. So it allows us to not only offer what we have under one roof, but really offer the entire complex under one roof. You know, that walkway, you're really only looking at a less than a 5-minute walk from the Times Union Center all the way up to the Empire State Plaza. In some buildings, you walk 5 minutes just to get from one end to the other. So I like to kind of say that we are pretty much under that one roof scenario, and you get 3 different looks and 3 different really elevated buildings as you go, down the process. Some other things that I want to talk about, and another reason why I brought my hard hat with us today, is that just recently we have been given approval to start our hard hat tours with clients. So everyone that's like, when can we get in and see it? We're actually just putting the process in place. Mid-November is when we're going to be starting that process of really opening the doors to people who want tours. Myself and Amelia Bach, my sales coordinator, have already started filling in some of the slots, and I think we have 30-something tours already planned. So our permanent home, I think, is going to be up at the convention center over the next couple of weeks once November hits. But very excited to start that process. I think all of us, especially in this industry, are very visual people. I know myself and meeting planners, everyone wants to see, feel, and touch what they're investing in and what they're going to be able to sell to their boards and their committees on bringing meetings to Albany and that whole sort of a package. So to be able to show them, and we've had a couple already where we're taking people through, and to see people's eyes light up, kind of like I imagine my eyes light up when I go in there. It's a really special feeling, and it's really a proud moment for us to be able to kind of showcase it, start showing off the building to people who are really looking for that process. I guess overall, I would also like to add that our sales efforts have been really great over the last couple of months. We've booked a total of 33 events for 2017 already. Our lead generation for 2017 is going great. We have another 30 to 40 RFPs out on the road and in clients' hands in the review process and in negotiation processes. So 2017 is looking like it's going to shape up really, really well. I have a great aggressive goal for us to meet by the end of the year.
Of course you do.
But the fact that we have this many people committed before they're even walking in the doors and really seeing those finalized finishes of the space, I think is a credit to the team that we have in place. Our partnership with the CVB and our partnership with our vendors that are on board with Zone Hospitality, Total Events, Premier Transportation, Clifton Park Rentals. Everyone really has been coming together to help build these groups and help build these packages so that we're making these groups feel comfortable committing before that opening date. And it's been really exciting. My job has been exciting for sure.
So how important is the hotel component?
Perfect. Great question. I'm glad you led me there. So the hotel portion is very important, and you and I talk all the time about really the first step of what we do when we talk to clients is sort of introduce them to Albany. We introduce them to the destination. We introduce them to the hotel package, the Renaissance Albany Hotel, which is our headquarters hotel right next door. We have a crosswalk that's going to be able to allow people to come back and forth. That connectivity in itself is fantastic for us as a facility, but in addition to that, we have great hotels that are also within walking distance of the convention center that allow us to open up that hotel package even more. And Albany is kind of a master of trades when it comes to really having something to offer for all different groups. In addition to that downtown feel and those groups that want that city atmosphere, people that also want sort of that shopping atmosphere and want not to be in that downtown scenario have all of Wolf Road and Latham, as you mentioned, to choose from. Yes. And working with those hotels have been fantastic, whether it's downtown or Wolf Road. Everyone's really been fantastic to work with and partner with, and anything or any idea that we've had, whether it's working with a hotel on including transportation as part of the package to get people back and forth from downtown to their property, everyone has just really kind of stepped up to the plate and gotten creative and really been able to offer so many different options to clients that they really can kind of pick and choose what fits best for them and what fits best for their attendees.
Well, you mentioned earlier that everybody was getting a facelift in anticipation of you opening, and that same thing has happened with all of the hotels as well.
Right.
The Hilton went through and redid all of their guest rooms and did a lot of back of the house investment.
Yep.
And we saw total renovation of 74 State to become a Fairfield. They finished that earlier this year in March.
Right.
And we have the Holiday Inn Express. They're finishing up their renovation as well. And the Hampton Inn was also spruced up, and actually they added another 5 rooms into that hotel. They redid some of their suites.
That's amazing, yeah.
All in anticipation of the opening, to be ready for next March.
And what I say, what everyone's doing is good for the entire package.
Absolutely.
It's good for the entire community. Not only will we benefit, but everybody's going to benefit because it makes us more attractive. And what conference wouldn't want to come into an area that's every facility that they go into has gotten either recent upgrade or is new. It's a pretty special thing.
The other thing that we're offering to educate not only our frontline folks of all of the hospitality industry, but really anybody to infuse the pride of Albany is our Albany destination, arrival to departure.
Correct.
And this program that we're offering, it'll be an online program, and SEFCU has already partnered with the CVB to be our first sponsor to put 100 people through the program.
That's
so
awesome.
we'll offer this program where for online, it'll be a series of modules, learning about the destination, and then there'll be a celebratory fam tour for each and every participant to go through to really a familiarization tour so that they understand truly what they really just learned about, so that they can touch and feel it, just like you said. So we're hoping that many of the people watching here will get excited about that and reach out to us to learn how they can can become, our champions. Yeah, it's very exciting.
It's such an important piece, talking and being, here for only about a year and a half. The amount of knowledge that I've gained from the CVB and from all of the rest of our partners, we're really a special, cool destination.
Yes, we
and
are.
to get that message out there and to get more people, to give more people that education to help us spread that message, I think is nothing but great. It's fantastic, and I know the Times Union Center, SMG, and the Capital Center are completely on board with that program. And I just think the more people and the more awareness we can bring to the destination, the more we're going to shine.
Oh, absolutely.
And the better experiences that we're going to give attendees when they come, and the more appealing we are going to be for conferences when they're looking at spaces. It's a great program. I'm excited to see it get started.
Well, and another aspect is the business community. They will be more informed as we've hosted these hospitality summits. We have one coming up on November 21st, and that involves everybody from the mayor's office to the Downtown Business Improvement District, the Capital Center, and all of our partners. And it's a great way to update the business community on everything that's happening, because we're all beneficiaries.
We are.
All boats rise with the success of this project, as well as everybody who's spruced up their own venues.
Right.
So, and that you kind of led me into the ways that not only can the general public help us by joining, Albany Arrival to Departure and being a part of that program, but also to host it here. We know that some of our very largest and most successful pieces of business conferences and meetings, when I say pieces of business, as you know, is because somebody local has championed that effort because they belong to a national association or a regional association or a sports group, a traveling sports group, or a religious organization, and they've brought their meeting, convention, special event right home to Albany. And I think about major companies that have their sales meetings here where they could have them anywhere in the world, and they choose to have them right here at home as a part of their international business. We have many companies that are internationally they're working internationally. But also, I think about everybody from that might be involved in their local religious community, and they have chosen to have, they said, hey, bring this meeting to Albany.
Right.
And last year we celebrated, I don't know, probably upwards of 16 local Albany ambassadors.
Yep,
yes,
it was fantastic.
And that they brought their meetings here in 2015, and we're looking for another good dozen or so this year. So we ask each and every one of you out there to think about any organizations that you belong to think about bringing them home to Albany. And we're here as your Convention and Visitors Bureau because it's one-stop shopping. You can call our office, and then we help to become an extension of you and your associates, and help to plan that meeting along with Shannon and our other destination partners. And we offer a variety of professional support services to do that. So certainly we hope someone will give us a call or send us an email to host it here. Also, we like to talk about the value of a visitor. And for every person that visits and spends the night here, last year we celebrated over, we averaged 4,461 visitors to Albany County each day in 2015. Who knew?
I know.
Until you crunch the numbers, you don't realize the value of that.
Numbers don't lie.
But in our region of Albany, Schenectady, Washington, Saratoga, Rensselaer, and Fulton counties, Albany represented 51% of the region's tourism sales, with $968 million in traveler spending.
Wow.
And the bottom line is that saved each and every Albany County household $1,006 in property taxes.
Yep.
So
Huge.
if anybody can help us promote tourism, we're hoping that each and every resident is going to look at that.
It goes
a huge way.
And it's a huge impact.
Oh yeah,
It's a huge
$71 million in local taxes and $54 million in state taxes in 2014, just because of Albany County's tourism.
Right.
Yes, so we can't talk about that enough. So the value of the visitor, the value of the venues that we have right here at home to keep your meeting and convention business right here, and to bring your special events home. It's just as well as if you have a small meeting at one of our restaurants in one of their private spaces, to bringing their galas and their meeting and convention business to the Albany Capital Center in 2017 and beyond. It's all very exciting. I know I can't talk about it enough.
Well, and that's the whole thing. We want people to keep on talking about it.
Yes.
And we're ready. We're ready to roll out that red carpet for our events. We're ready for what the future has for Albany, and we're so thrilled to be a part of it. I'm thrilled personally to be part of this whole project. It's been fun.
Well, it'll be great. You can sign me up for one of those first tours.
Yes.
And we do want to let our viewers know the Albany Capital Center. Visit us online at albanycapitalcenter.com.
Correct.
You can see right now every week photography has been taken
on our Facebook page.
Yep. Visit us on Facebook. I know that there's people are tweeting about the facility as well as the meeting and convention business that's coming up. There's a lot of ways to reach out to get on those public tours, which will come later. Or if you have potential business that could look at the Capital Center, certainly we'd want to get them in the building over the next 3 months.
Absolutely.
In
this is the time to
anticipation
get
of the
in.
opening. Yes, I know.
This is the time to get in.
I know that there are some very exciting people that will let them announce that they're coming to the Capital Center. But in the meantime, I know that we're gearing up to showcase even to get people to drive around it, when we have our visitors in town for the MAC tournament and other things that are coming up in the spring. And I don't know. We want people to at least drive by and see what's happening right now. I mean, this is the Albany Capital Center. There's connectivity to the Empire State Plaza and to the Times Union Center along their walkway. And this is the bridge that actually is in place right now, connecting to the Renaissance. So hopefully folks will drive around around downtown and see everything that's happening.
And I find even, we're literally 1 block away from the state capitol. So, the fascination that, people working in downtown, they're like, man, I have to go around the block and see what's happening. And they do, and they see this huge building all of a sudden there, and it's like a big surprise, that where did this come from? So
Yes.
I definitely encourage everyone to go around that corner on 55 Eagle Street and take a look. Check us out.
Great. Well, thank you for watching today, and we look forward to serving you in the future.